Building Toronto, an epic and amazing project to recreate its namesake city in Minecraft, using as much detail as the game will allow on a one-to-one scale. Truly a modern marvel of Minecraft, inspiring awe in everyone who visits it. But for all its glamour and quality, it does have some dangers as well. Dangers which could lead those unaware of them, destroying the project and all others like it forever. Which is why today the THL Online has partnered with the Uneasycraft server to bring you this, a Building Toronto PSA. Ahoy everyone, we are here today on the Uneasycraft server in the beautiful Building Toronto world to make you guys aware of some of the risks which Building Toronto poses, as well as a few simple steps that everyone can follow to help minimize those risks. So without further ado, let's get into it. So starting out, the Building Toronto world consists of 2,480 files, which takes up a total space on disk of 6.4 gigs. The Building Toronto die map consists of 2,854,064 files for a total of 36.7 gigs. And as a side note, it takes the server 5 days to fully re-render the Toronto die map, both the flat and surface views. On average, 929 entities are loaded per player on the Building Toronto world. An average of 20,502 tiles are loaded per player. When in the Building Toronto world, each player takes up an average of 1.6 gigs of RAM from the server. On average, a player loads 6.4 times as much stuff, just blocks and entities and tiles and everything combined, than a player in any of the other game modes. Overall, Toronto makes up about 85% of the CPU load on the server. Toronto also takes up 72% of the server RAM, and around 90% of all lag on the server is caused by Toronto. All of these statistics are based on server logs from the last 3 months, as that's just as far back as we have. And so, a couple things which visitors to the city, and particularly builders actually, can do to help alleviate some of these risks are these. First, they can try to limit the number of tiles, heads, and other entities that they put in their builds. Just anything that has data attached to it is more intensive on the server than normal blocks. And it's also more intensive on the client as well, causing client-side lag as visitors move around. Second, you can use world edit sparingly or in smaller amounts. A lot of smaller edits is always bigger than one big one, as even if you think you are world editing things quite quickly, if you're editing in smaller amounts, that still gives the server time to catch up and process other things other than just your world edits. Third, do not go AFK in Toronto. If you go AFK in Toronto, it just keeps that whole area loaded for no reason at all. And other people who are actually walking around, looking at the city, or building Toronto could use those resources. As we said, each player in Toronto takes up about 1.6 gigs of server RAM, as well as loading all of this stuff. And lastly, fly around slowly. For those of you with access to different speeds of fly, please don't use them. The default fly speed is just fast enough to get around that already causes significant load on the server. And the faster that you move around the map, the faster that the server has to render and update and load all these chunks. But so if everyone just keeps these 4 simple tips in mind, then you should be able to greatly reduce the amount of problems that the server has loading the world. And like out of the past 10 times the server has crashed, 7 of those have been due to world edit in Toronto. So the second point here is very important. So if you only take one thing away from this video, world edit, small bits.